Lady Charmaine, and my guest today is a legendary Bay Area artist who put Oakland on the map when it came to hip-hop. He was honored at the 2008 VH1 Hip Hop Honors, and he is still making strides, reinventing himself with his new podcast on podcast1.com. And he's here today to talk about his new show entitled Too Short's Boombox. Help me welcome Too Short. Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Good. Now, Too Short, I am a Bay Area native, so I remember when you came out. I was born and raised in Richmond, so I remember the whole Too Short craze when you busted on the scene. But this is my question for you, though. Are you really short? Because when I see you, you don't appear to be that short. So how did you adopt the name Too Short?
Honestly, it was my high school nickname, and when I was 18, when I got out of high school, I was 5'2". Oh. And then about a year later, right after my 19th birthday, I grew another 6 inches. So the name just stuck.
So then you were short when you got out of high school at 5'2", I must say.
Yeah, I run up on a lot of really short people, and they go, "Oh, man, you ain't short like us."
Well, you released a staggering 18 studio albums, 3 collaborative albums, and 4 compilations, and this is a feat that very few artists claim that they can achieve in their career at all, because you've done something not a lot of people have been able to do. So I want to say congratulations on that first off.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. You say your work ethic?
That's all it is.
I know that's right. Now, how do you stay creative, and where do you draw inspiration to keep going and creating? Because you've been in the business a long time.
Well, I'm hands-on, so when you hear a Too Short song, it's very likely I was in on the production. I'm in on the mix down. I'm writing the lyrics. I'm arranging the song, the music on the song, and I just feel like that personal touch is just fun for me, and it guarantees me that I'm putting out what I want to put out. And I've never had anybody in control of Too Short's music. It's always been me. So that mixed with just my personality going out and actually making a lot of friends and, taking pictures and just being present all the time.
Do you have anyone who inspires you in your creativity?
The music inspires me. I grew up on that 70s funk, and just all those funk bands from the 70s, I never stopped hearing it in my head, and it's just funk, James Brown. Now,
Short, you got a brand new podcast entitled Too Short's Boombox, and your first guest was Ice Cube. Tell us about your show.
Well, yeah, we've done a few episodes already. Had Ice Cube on there, Snoop Dogg's been on there, just did G-Eazy, and a lot more that we have coming up. Like some good guests. But it's just something that I've been noticing the format for a while, the podcast format, and I just kind of figured that'd be a good route to play you some of this new music I have, to let you in on some of these conversations I'm always having with people. And I'm not trying to be a journalist. I'm just trying to, just let you tap into my world a little more, and basically give away as much knowledge as we can about how to get in the game and how to survive in the game, and not like step by step, but just hearing people's stories.
Now, what makes your show different from the other podcasts that are out there?
Well, for one, every show I concentrate a lot on playing Too Short songs you never heard, or songs that are related to me some kind of way, different artists I work with, or even some of the guests that come on have stuff that give me stuff that nobody's ever heard, and the conversation. I mean, you just don't really. Everybody can't be too short. Right. So these people that I have coming on the show are really good friends of mine, and we just chopping it up. It's not. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and there are a lot of conversation-based podcasts, or a person just giving you their opinion, or talking to you, or entertaining you. And this is more like it's very music related. So take you on a little journey when you listen to the show. It's more than just us sitting there laughing and having fun. It's an experience.
Now, you have inspired many artists in the industry, and you were also one of the first major artists to give Atlanta star Lil Jon his break in the industry. How did you two meet, and how did you give him a break?
Well, I lived in Atlanta for 15 years, and Lil Jon's from Atlanta, and he was kicking up dust. He had a couple of songs he produced that were out. He was working with So Def, Jermaine Dupri, and then he put out a single on his own. And it really, kind of caught my attention. So I approached him and just said we should work together. And that initial meeting just ended up being a bunch of songs and just a lot of years of hits all the way. A lot of people don't know Lil Jon produced Blow the Whistle. That's like a surprise to people, but it seems pretty normal to me because he makes it.
Now, both of your parents were accountants, and your mother spent 30 years working for the IRS, and who's now retired. Were your parents your personal accountants, and did they keep your books for you?
No, I kind of flew the coop a little.
Really?
I got up out of there, but I think it was handed down. Just the whole the numbers thing is it's in the blood. I was always one of those straight A math students, all that type of stuff. Good math schemes.
Okay, so that's good. So you know how to keep your money and keep your books. Well, Short, in 2008, you were honored with the 5th annual VH1 Hip Hop Honors along with Cypress Hill and De La Soul, and also Slick Rick and Naughty by Nature, and rightfully so because you've been in the game for such a long time. What was that day like when you were being honored by your peers?
Well, in 2008, the VH1 Hip Hop Honors show was it made you feel like you were being inducted into the Hall of Fame of some type, the Hip Hop Hall of Fame. And I understand that show is no longer going to air. I think they canceled it. So that I don't think that was a good look for them not to put on the production anymore. But I guess that was a VH1 decision. But I'm glad I made it. I think a lot of more people should have made it in the coming years. But maybe somebody else will reinvent it some kind of way. But we definitely do need to honor our hip-hop legends,
Is there anyone that hasn't been honored during that time that you feel should be honored right now if they bring the show back?
Well, there's lots, man. It's the people who influenced the culture, the people who made big waves and the people who have timeless songs that we dance to and listen to all the time. So, it's a process that should be like sports. You should get put on the ballot and then you should get at it. So I think at some point we probably will have something. I'm sure because there's a million reality show pitches going on every day, so somebody's probably bringing back VH1 Hip Hop Honors some kind of way. But also, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think they started inducting rappers. So let's see if we can get up in there.
All right, or maybe we can do Two Shorts Hip Hop Hall of Fame, and you never know. You're still reinventing yourself. We're just putting that little bug in here, okay? But I want to remind the audience that Two Shorts Boombox is on podcast1.com. Make sure you check it out, and it's also on iTunes. He has new episodes every Wednesday, so make sure you go and check it out. All they need is your email to sign up, and you can check them out every Wednesday. Short, thank you so much for coming on the show.
All right, don't forget to use the $sign for the S. Short $sign.
That's right. Don't forget that money, y'all. Thank you, Short. You have a great day. Bye-bye. Thanks.